Hello, everyone. I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in Running to Write, where I give questionable writing advice through running metaphors. And if you like what you hear today, this is a part of the AuthorTube Writing Conference. I post videos every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, though not tomorrow because I'm doing this live event now. But on most Monday nights, I give, like I said, questionable writing advice at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I want to thank all of you for joining me live. I saw a whole lot of chat in there. So thank you, Richard. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Cool Gamer. Thank you, Mama Maggie. I appreciate all of you for being in here. And I think I saw Six Cats Press. Yep. So thank you all for joining in. And wow, yeah, there is a lot of promotion for my stuff in there. So thank you. Thank you, Richard, for putting all my information out there. Anyways, today I am, like I said, a part of the AuthorTube Writing Conference, and I'm thrilled to be one of the authors who gets a chance to speak out about a various topic. And this topic I feel is kind of timely because it's the summer right now. I just got back from one vacation. I'm planning another for August, so like 2 months from now. Anyways, the question is whether or not I should or did or will write while on those vacations. And that's something I'm going to talk about for the next 20 some minutes. But once you're done with this video, be sure to check out some of the other talks within the AuthorTube Writing Conference in case you haven't. So there were some really great ones. There was Emma Bennett and Amy Rosenfeld, who did two separate videos, which fall under the umbrella of marketing. So Emma was talking about her branding, about expanding our branding, and Amy was talking about marketing through TikTok, which are both topics which I need a lot of help in. So I really appreciated those videos and I appreciate everything they put out there. So anyways, also a big thank you to Fictionary, who is the sponsor for this AuthorTube Writing Conference. And there is a link in the description if you want a free month. They're the official sponsor of this year's conference, and it's story editing software for writers. So be sure to check them and it out. Let me see how things are going in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Margaret and Sophia, for joining in. So yeah, I will. Oh, and Nina too. Thank you. I will try to keep up with the chat, but I have just 17 minutes left, so I will hurry through everything. But if you have any questions, I will try and talk fast and get to everything that I need to, and then we can make this more Q&A and interactive. So back to the big question. Should we write while on vacation? If we can, sure. Realistically, though, it depends. Like I mentioned, I just got back from one vacation and I did no writing whatsoever. I also have another small week-long vacation, which I'm planning to write during. But those are two different types of vacations. And so that's what I want to expand on. First of all, there's vacations to visit family, vacations to be lazy on the beach, vacations to beautiful, remote mountaintop views after hiking for 10 miles. There's vacations to Disney World and everywhere in between. And depending on the type of vacation, you may have no time whatsoever to write, or you may have plenty of time to write. It really depends on what you're doing and where you're going. Even on those lazy beach vacations, writing may not be something that's conducive if we need to take off a full week to just recharge and regain our mental health from life's stresses. There was also vacation that I went on, more years than I care to admit, but it was basically nonstop. And I remember some breathtaking sights, but I barely remember the hostel I stayed at because I was just constantly going. And even though I wanted to write on that trip, I would have never found the time or a quiet place to do so. And if I went in with a plan to get, X number of words on a page per day, and had I have tried to accomplish that on that vacation, I would have felt guilty. I would have felt upset, and I wouldn't have been enjoying myself as much because I would have been so focused on what I need to get done or what I want to get done rather than experiencing where I am. So I had no expectations of writing. Luckily, I was a lot younger and I didn't really have set word goals then. But even when I was on, in transit on planes or trains or wherever, I was sleeping. In other words, I couldn't have written even if I wanted to. And so rather than stress about writing, I planned to not do any writing on that trip. And that's fine. I was there to create new memories with my friends and learned that being awake for almost 36 straight hours has terrible repercussions for my body. Now, when I go on vacation with my wife, these are a lot more relaxed. They aren't really regimented with an impossible list of to do tasks or places to see or things to experience. Instead, we'll go where we can, we'll see what we can, and we'll take a lot of breaks throughout the day, most of the time. On these, though, I still might not get in a great writing session, but at least I have my phone with me so I can jot down notes. It's a lot easier. I'm usually a lot more relaxed and I can take notes when we're in transit. So my wife is wonderful. If we're driving somewhere, she'll usually let me, sit there and write on my phone. Or if we're in the subway, she'll get us where we need to go, and I'll just sit there and tap out a few ideas. So I might get a chance to write down some stuff, and then I can expand on it later after dinner, whenever. But the point is that I have an idea, I'm thinking about writing, and I'm just writing down as much as I can when I can fit it into the schedule. Or I could just take down notes and I can expand them into, like, I can just write down an idea and then expand on it later on that day. Now, just really quickly, much like writing, does it make sense to go for a run while on vacation? The exact same thing. It depends. I tend to push my body too much, so taking off a week here and there makes sense. If I'm internationally traveling and I don't really have good access to a laundry machine, I probably won't be running. If I don't have good internet connection, if I don't have good, I have my, here, I can show that. I have my tiny little laptop right here that I like writing with because it's air gapped. I keep it in airplane mode and it is wildly out of date. So if I ever connects to the internet, it will get hacked in a second. So I just throw this in my backpack and I take it out and start writing when I can, when I'm in transit, wherever. And it's the exact same thing between running and writing, where if I'm not in a place that makes sense, if I can't take my backpack because I'm going to a whole bunch of museums, then I probably won't be able to bring my laptop. I won't be able to write. I won't be able to run, whatever. But that's a part of the vacation that I can plan for and sort of know going in. So if I know that I'm going through the museums, I won't be taking a backpack. I won't be having my laptop with me. And I know that I won't likely be writing that day unless I'm writing on my phone. And again, I also know my family, and I'm one of the people who likes to wake up on the earlier side, so they don't, which means that I can easily alternate between going for runs before everyone wakes up, or I can start my day with an hour plus of writing, and that way I feel productive before I even get the day started. Well, everyone else is, say, sleeping in. In addition to that, there's also different types of vacations. So instead of going somewhere and trying to see all the museums, there's also beach vacations, which are the easiest ones to find time to write in. I don't necessarily enjoy going to the beach for the entire day, and I love my family. I love spending time with them, so I'll go on these trips and I'll spend the mornings with everyone, and then I'll usually head back for lunch early and then just write. So while the kids are napping, while the parents are taking a break or relaxing or whatever, I'll find a quiet place and I'll just sit down and write. So I'll use, say, a beach vacation to get in some good writing sessions. But even with that in mind, vacations are great and all, but we still need to focus on our mental health. And so a staycation might be something that we need, where we just All right, very sorry about that. My internet tanked, and I am back in, so it sounds like everything is back to normal. Anyways, like I was saying, sometimes I have considerable words on the page, but most days I don't. And life is beyond stressful, and as much as I enjoy, I should be back now. Um, anyways, sorry, my wife just came in to tell me that I was frozen, but I should be back. So hopefully you all can hear me. Otherwise, I'm talking to myself. Anyways, life is beyond stressful, and as much as I enjoy writing, it still is a source of stress. So when I write on vacation, it still feels mentally draining and kind of like work. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah. So everyone can hear me now. I'm back. Awesome. Anyways, vacation writing feels like I'm stealing from myself and my time that I set aside to recharge. So if I don't relax enough, I end up feeling like I need a vacation from the vacation before I get back to my day job and life and stress. So, for example, one time I went on a hiking vacation with my family and I set aside so it was a week long vacation. I set aside, let's say Wednesday, the middle of the trip, to just stay by myself and go for an early run, get in some writing, take a nap, then write some more. And everyone came back in the afternoon and I ended up hanging out with everyone. But I talked it out with my family and scheduled it so that I could get in a great day for just myself, which was really important to me at least. But to make up for that, when I was going for hiking with them, I was trying to be as present as possible. So we were going through a hike, we would be playing games, we would be doing whatever. I wanted to spend time with my family. And so I was there in the moment. I wasn't thinking about writing. I wasn't while on a hike trying to take notes on my phone. I wasn't doing things that would distract or detract from that experience. So it is always going to be a balancing act. I did what I could to spend time with the people who I want to see and who I don't necessarily see that often. I planned around everyone's schedules to write when it made sense and to not miss the good days. So there was we drove up to the top of the mountain and we wanted to see the sunrise. So I made sure that I wasn't going to go for a run that day because obviously if I'm waking up to see the sunrise, I'm not going to then prep or whatever to go for a run immediately after that. The point is, and the most important thing is to do everything in moderation and coordinate with the people that you're on vacation with. Talk to your family, talk to your wives, your kids, your parents, whomever, to figure out what days work to just be yourself. Or if you are maybe starting off later in the day, then to make you maybe wake up earlier, plan to wake up earlier and to write then, or to come back in the early afternoon and write then, or have somebody drive you around and write in the car, or do whatever you can to balance relaxing with getting things done and feeling productive. Whether you're writing on vacation or not, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and that you're still taking the time to relax and turn off our brains. Sleeping in on a 3-day weekend before getting a whole bunch of chores done, maybe one outlet to stave off all that stress and burnout. But if I'm doing a whole bunch of yard work and housework, I know that I'm probably not going to get in good writing, or I might only get in 20 minutes to an hour because I'm just so physically and mentally drained. And what I'm trying to say is that if it rekindles you, then I would recommend talking to those of your vacation with to fit in the time to write. And I am Ben Pick. Thank you for joining me in Running to Write. So I'm going to go check out the chat and see how everything is going. Wow. Okay. Lots of chats. Whew. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up with everything here. We have a whole bunch of things, and I'm trying to see if there are any questions. Writer's cruise. Yes. If you are specifically going on a writer's cruise, they are not something I've experienced, but that could be a really great chance to write. You're surrounded by other writers who are also trying to get their own work done. But at the same time, I feel like that's similar to how I am during productivity sprints, where I want to catch up with others and I might be more distracted, then I might be more distracted than I would be productive, is what I'm trying to say there. So designing a trip entirely for writing may not be a solution to me. Air gap, yes, air gap is what I said. So that this thing is not connected to the internet as best as I can. So it's kept on airplane mode constantly. And when I can, I try and take out the network cards in my devices, or at least the ones that I don't want connecting to the internet. So this is an older computer. I want to say it's maybe 5, 7 years old. It's what I use for all my writing, and the only way that I can get everything from it to my main computer where I do a lot of my editing is with this little thumb drive. So I have everything on that laptop, very nice and easy. If it gets lost, whatever, I have backups. But the important thing is that I go from there to here. I can't use Google Drive or anything that would easily connect to the cloud or connect to some service on the internet that will transfer everything over. So it's air gapped. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, if you live near the beach, I can see how a beach vacation might not have quite the same allure, but you definitely, I don't know. You definitely can easily be distracted by going to the beach. So I'm catching up on all the chats, trying to make sure that everyone, I'm addressing all the questions. But yes, please, Writing to Write is my website. I also, like I said, I'm Writing to Write on YouTube, and I give questionable writing advice every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, it's not necessarily easier when there's no kids, but because when I go on vacation with my cousins, nephews, nieces, whomever, I try and help out their parents. So maybe I can watch somebody's kids while my brother, sisters, cousins, whomever gets a chance to just go out for the two of them. So um, yeah, I try and help out my family as much as I can in watching kids and managing responsibilities. Let's see here. My next planned vacation is in August. I'm going to the beach. And I do plan on getting a decent amount of writing in. I also plan to play a lot of video games with my siblings, and board games and chess and a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, I see exactly where everybody comments that it was frozen. Yes. Thank you, Richard. And looks like I have 1 minute left. So let's see if there's anything else. I don't see any questions. My books obviously are available on Amazon. Thank you, Mama Maggie Ward. That is incredible. And yeah, I do routinely burn myself out if people won't stop me. Awesome. Oh boy, lots more questions. Let's see here. Okay, well, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at writingtowrite@gmail.com. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the AuthorTube Writing Conference. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Oh, also, yes, there's the closing session link, so I can put that up right now. Closing session link, I believe it starts now, so I will see you all over there. And don't forget to fill out a feedback form when you get a chance. Bye.